Hey everybody, Dom here. It's crazy what's possible when you let talented members of the community update your game. Imagine if Team Fortress 2 got the love that Left 4 Dead 2 gets. Anyways, on June 15, 2021, Left 4 Dead 2 was updated. A bunch of interesting changes were made, including a field of view slider and the ability for the FPS max command to actually work as intended in this game. Amazing! Among the changes was the ability for the game to be rendered using the Vulkan API. APIs are complicated to explain. Imagine the code that makes up Left 4 Dead 2 and imagine a computer's hardware. The API is the thing between the two that translates the code into commands the hardware executes. On Windows operating systems, the game uses DirectX 9 as its API. On Mac and Linux operating systems, it uses OpenGL as its API. As of this update, a new way to render the game has been added, that being Vulkan. It can be selected by putting the text -Vulkan in the game's launch options on Steam. Being the super curious person that I am, I decided to do just that, and the results are interesting. For reference, these are my computer specs. The game runs almost identically on both DirectX 9 and Vulkan. At first, I was shocked at how bad the game ran on Vulkan. The game would stutter every few seconds. It turns out the poor performance was a one-time thing. After resetting the game, it ran perfectly fine onwards. Searching around, it seems this is a somewhat common issue. If you want to try out Vulkan yourself, keep in mind that it may run poorly the first time. Here's a side-by-side comparison. I recorded a gameplay demo of the start of the Last Stand campaign, and then recorded footage of the demo being played back running on both APIs. The left is DirectX 9, and the right is Vulkan. The most immediately noticeable thing is Vulkan is slightly lighter looking. This is because of the way the game is recorded. The brightness level set in-game with the sliders isn't picked up by the recording in DirectX 9. It is in Vulkan, however. Just ignore the brightness difference. The brightness is identical in real life. With the limited time I've spent testing, I've yet to see any super noticeable differences between how the game looks in Vulkan. One oddity was the way the tank appeared once when playing back this demo. For some reason, the tank appeared shiny. I could not reproduce this bug a second time. It could just be a demo-specific bug and have nothing to do with Vulkan. One difference is the way the game acts when alt-tabbing. In full screen, when switching to the game, it will appear as if it crashed for a second with the image not updating and the sound looping, before resuming as normal. The time it takes to alt-tab back into the game is the same overall compared to DirectX 9. It's just more of a buggy feeling process. Another difference is the volume overlay Windows puts on screen when changing volume doesn't appear in Vulkan. This is a deal breaker for me. I use a little volume overlay to always set the volume to the same value when I play the game with headphones on. Overall though, I can see how this is probably a super insignificant downside for most people. And that's about it. The game performance between the two APIs is too similar for me to differentiate, but may be different for others. If you have trouble running Left 4 Dead 2 or you'd like to experiment and have a graphics card that supports Vulkan rendering, consider giving it a try. You never know, you might get better or worse performance. Thanks for watching. Au revoir.